Handstand is a really cool and aesthetic skill that all of us would like to be able to do. I've been trying to learn this skill for more than 1 year, but still didn't get much success in it. So I decided to give myself a 30-day limit, practice it every day and see what results I will achieve in these 30 days. In this video I'll share with you my own tips and tricks that I found while practicing handstand every day. This will be a good practical video for you in either case. If you want to do handstand for a long time already, and even if you're not interested in handstands at all, you will still get a lot of value from this video, and let's get started. This is how my handstand looks on day 1. It's hard for me to get into a vertical position as well as balance after I got it. My overall handstand record was about 15 seconds. On my first week of this challenge I couldn't even get close to this number. I was doing about 5 to 7 seconds of handstand at the most. And this way I started my challenge. I gave myself at least a few attempts to do a handstand every day, and I spent on it at least 1 minute and at max 10 minutes. I usually spend the most time on it when I was in the gym, and the first thing I noticed during my first days of this challenge is that it depends on what kind of surface you have. At home it's wood, in the gym it's rubber, and both of these materials are pretty good, but rubber is still a bit better. It's more elastic and light, and it gives you much less pain during your handstand. Yeah, I usually had some pain in my wrist during my handstand, because this position for my wrist is not very comfortable. When I noticed the surface difference, I remember that before I was practicing handstand on the ground, and it usually didn't go well, and now I realize why, because the ground is not as stable as the floor. On day 5 I started realizing that I should try to stay in the middle of my hands. It sounds pretty basic, but in reality I didn't do that at all times, and I was trying to balance on these parts of my hands, and this is the first thing I started fixing in my hands. There will be a lot of genius simple things like that I didn't do before and realized later on in this video, and each of them made a really huge impact on my overall handstand performance. So the next thing that I found out was approximately on day 10, when I understood that whenever I'm trying to keep my legs separate and catch my balance using my legs, it turns down to be even worse. I was doing that because I saw this video of guys doing handstands like this, with their legs on both sides of their body. But in reality, it wasn't the best option. And what I started doing instead is bringing my legs together as soon as possible. Keep myself in a straight line and then balance using my hands and body. And it actually worked. Until that point, I was usually balancing using only my hands. And this is how it should be done most of the time, because this when you can do the small tweaks in your balance with a high chance of still staying in the handstand and not falling. But in some cases you may need to balance with your body at the moments when you feel that you lean too much and it's too late to balance it with your hands. And on day 15 I started using more of my body balance, and it started saving me in some cases when I was about to fall, but most of the time it saved me just for a few seconds and then I fell down. Then at the end of my challenge I found out that it's a bit easier to control the balance when you're leaning a bit backward. It's like easier to control it on this side instead of when you lean forward. So this is what I should keep in mind, but I have only 1 day left until my challenge is done. You basically need to find this balance point yourself and stay in it for as long as you can, and lean in the opposite direction from where your body is falling. Of course there is always some randomness factor present as well, but if you catch yourself in this perfect balance position, then you will be able to stand there for some time. And here are the main takeaways from this challenge. 5 attempts are usually the best ones. So if you didn't do well in the first 5 attempts, then it's probably not gonna work and you should try it a bit later next time. And if you wanna achieve a cool skill like that, would it be anything? Just spend some time on it every day and you will soon start noticing some awesome results. One of the best ways you can do it is by enrolling in my lean machine transformation. Training with no equipment at home, gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time, all by spending no more than 30 minutes a day. Go to the first link in the description and check out the benefits of this program. It's much better than any other products you can find these days. I'll see you in lean machine transformation. Check out the first link in the description and stay strong.